Hey everyone, welcome to Hunters Connect. Today I want to talk about the 4 primary needs of elk: food, water, sanctuary, and breeding. I also want to discuss the 5 different periods of elk hunting: early season, pre-rut, peak rut, post-rut, and late season. Knowing these 5 different parts of the season as well as the 4 primary needs is going to increase your chance of a successful harvest during your hunt. So the first primary need of elk is food. And elk are primarily grazers, meaning they're going to be eating different grasses and forbs. It's important to try to identify the specific food that they prefer in your area. And you can do this by looking up studies online for the area that you're wanting to hunt, or maybe talking with local hunters or even biologists and figuring out which types of food they prefer. So the second primary need of elk is water. And this is going to vary greatly depending upon the region that you're hunting. In the northern part of the Rockies, water is going to be super abundant, but if you're hunting more in the desert southwest, water is going to be more scarce. And that means you're going to have to do your homework about identifying different wallows and watering holes and knowing that elk are more likely to be located near those areas. So the next need of elk is sanctuary. And what this means is that an elk needs enough room to be able to escape hunting pressure. And this might just be steep terrain that most hunters aren't willing to go to, or it could be a long enough distance from roads and trails that an elk can feel comfortable and escape that hunting pressure. All right, so the last primary need of elk is breeding. So you're going to find the bulls wherever the cows are. And you're going to find the cows wherever the best food is for that time of the year. So now that you know the 4 different needs of elk, their primary need will change depending upon the period of the elk hunting season. So the first period of the elk hunting season is the early season, and this usually takes place in August. And their primary needs are going to be food and water. So this means you're going to find them in whatever location provides the best food that's also located near water. So the second period of the elk hunting season is going to be the pre-rut. And this usually takes place in early September. So the bulls are going to start to be moving closer to where the cows are located. And the cows are going to be located again where the best food is at that time. But as this period comes to an end, breeding is going to become the most important. So the next period in the elk hunting season is what's known as the peak rut. This is when the primary need of a bull elk is going to be breeding. This usually takes place mid-September to early or even mid-October. And all the bulls care about is breeding, so you're going to find them where the cows are located. Water is still somewhat of a concern, but sanctuary and food for the bull elk is not that important. So the next period in the elk hunting season is going to be the post-rut. And this is probably the hardest time to kill a bull elk. This usually takes place in late October as the rut's winding down, and now elk are looking for an escape to try to find a sanctuary to stay away from all that hunting pressure. So their sanctuary is going to be in a place that's hard to approach. And that might be just a long distance from roads and trails. It could be an area with a ton of deadfall that you're not going to want to hike through, or it could just be an area that has super steep terrain that the average hunter is not willing to hike up. All right, so the last period of the elk hunting season is the late season. This is going to take place from the beginning of November until the end of that hunting season. So similar to post-rut, sanctuary is still going to be by far the primary need of an elk. Compared to the post-rut, water is going to be a little less of a concern for a bull elk, simply because of the fact of more snowfall. But this might vary depending upon where you're hunting, whether you're in the northern Rockies or the desert southwest. All right, so now hopefully you have a better understanding of the needs of elk and where to find them during the different periods of the elk hunting season. Knowing this information is crucial for planning a successful elk hunt. So thank you for watching, and make sure to check out our other videos on Hunters Connect.